What if I told you that the very thing you are running away from is actually the key to your greatest success? This is the story of a man named Elias, who felt stuck in his life and decided to travel to a hidden valley to find a truth that would finally make him feel free. Elias carried a heavy burden that nobody else could see. It was a constant feeling of worry in the back of his mind. He was afraid to speak his mind. He was terrified of leaving his boring, safe routine. He lived with the quiet fear that he was just not good enough. One night, while looking out of his window at the silent world, he realized he could not live this way for one more day. He had heard stories about a very wise person who lived high up in the mountains. People said this teacher understood the secrets of the human heart better than anyone. So, with just a small bag and a tiny bit of hope, Elias left his home and started his journey. The path was very difficult, and the air was getting colder and colder. Strange sounds came from the rocks around him, and every shadow looked like a hidden danger. His heart was beating fast, like a drum in his ears, but he kept walking because he had one strong thought in his head. There has to be a better way to live this life. Finally, he reached a high flat area in the mountains. In the middle stood a huge old tree with roots that looked like strong fingers holding onto the earth. Sitting under that tree was the wise teacher. Her face had many lines from years of living, but her eyes were as clear and calm as a quiet lake. Elias walked up to her, bowed his head, and spoke. "Teacher, I am lost because of my own fear. It takes away my voice, and it stops my future. Please, can you tell me how to get past it?" She smiled kindly at him. "If you want to stop fear, you must first look at what it really is. Tonight, you won't just hear words. You will see it for yourself." As the sun went down, the mountains turned a dark blue color. New sounds started to fill the air, like the soft wind and the cry of a bird. Elias felt that familiar tight feeling in his chest again. The teacher pointed toward the dark shadows. "Look," she said, "at how the night makes everything look strange and scary." Then she lit a small fire in her hand. Suddenly, the space right around them was filled with warm and gentle light. "Fear," she said in a quiet voice, "is just the shadow that comes when we don't understand something. It goes away as soon as you bring the light of understanding to it. But how do I find that light?" Elias asked in a whisper. "My fear feels so heavy, like a big wall I can't move." "Then we must move past just talking," she replied. "Before the sun comes up, you will face 3 truths in this valley. Each one will show you a different part of the same big lesson." The first truth was at a very deep gap in the mountains. A thin rope bridge, old and weak, went across a fast river far below. The teacher pointed at it. "Walk across to the other side." Elias stared at the bridge, his heart racing. The wooden boards were far apart. The ropes made a loud noise every time the wind blew. "What if the bridge breaks?" he asked. "That is fear's favorite question," she said. "Fear always asks what if and shows you a picture of something bad happening, but it never shows you the picture of your own feet standing safely on the other side. Now start walking." Shaking all over, he took his first step. The bridge moved back and forth. His mind was full of pictures of himself falling into the cold water. But step by step, he kept going forward. And with every step, a new feeling began to grow inside him. It wasn't that the fear went away, but that his own strength grew. When his feet finally touched the solid ground on the other side, he turned around and was shocked. He had actually done it. The teacher, who was somehow already standing next to him, just nodded her head. "Your mind told you a story about falling. Your body lived a story about crossing. Which one of those is the truth now?" The second truth was found in a simple wooden box that she put in front of him. "Reach inside," she told him, "and take out what is waiting for you." Elias stopped. His mind immediately started thinking about stinging bugs, sharp glass, or something that might bite him. What if there is something in there that hurts me? Fear punishes you with things that might happen, she said. It makes you suffer for a danger that is not real yet and might never happen at all. Now, reach in. His hand was shaking as he slowly put it into the dark opening of the box. He felt something cold and smooth against his fingers. He grabbed it and pulled it out. It was just a perfectly round, shiny stone from a river. He started to laugh because he felt so relieved. Fear makes you feel the pain of the arrow before it is even shot at you, the teacher said. Exactly, he whispered. I felt the pain of a bite that never happened. This is the big trick that fear plays on us. The final truth was the hardest one. As they walked on a thin path on the side of a cliff, a loud growl came from the rocks above. A large mountain cat appeared, looking dark against the sky, its eyes glowing in the moonlight. Elias felt like his blood turned to ice. We should go back right now, he said. To turn your back is to ask the animal to chase you, the teacher said in a very steady voice. Stand your ground, stay very still. Show the animal that you are not its prey. Every part of his body wanted to run away, but he remembered the bridge. He remembered the empty box. He planted his feet on the ground, held his head up high, and looked straight into the eyes of the creature. That moment felt like it lasted forever. Then, the cat turned around and walked back into the rocks, disappearing into the dark night. Elias almost fell down, but he felt a new energy inside him. I stood my ground, he said. You didn't beat the cat, the teacher said gently. You beat the part of yourself that wanted to run away. That is the real victory. As the first light of the morning touched the top of the tree, Elias sat there as a new man. The teacher put her hand on his shoulder. Fear is not your enemy, Elias. It is the guard at the gate of your growth. You don't have to break the gate down. You just have to learn how it works and walk through. Thank your fear, because it always shows you exactly where you need to be brave. When Elias went back to his village, he had a new kind of quiet confidence. The shadows of doubt still came back sometimes, but they didn't control him anymore. He had learned the secret. Fear is not a stop sign. It is a signpost. So I ask you, what signpost is standing in front of you right now? Is it the fear of starting something new? The fear of ending something that needs to end? Remember Elias in the valley. That tight feeling in your chest is not a chain. It is a compass. It is pointing you directly toward the place where you need to stand tall and grow. If this story helped you see a new way, please like this video. It really helps our channel, Daily Tale Dose, reach more people who are looking for help. And for more stories about wisdom, subscribe to our channel. Sometimes just one small change in how you see the world can change your whole life.